This is 3 News Daily.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Wednesday, August 23rd. Thanks for being with us here in Northeast Ohio. I'm Stephanie Haney, and we begin today with more violence in Cleveland happening overnight. Last night, a 28-year-old was stabbed at a parking garage near Public Square. Cleveland EMS tells 3 News they took the person to Metro Hospital in serious condition. And that's not the only incident that happened overnight. A man was shot at a gas station on the city's east side. Cleveland EMS says they transported a man in serious condition after being shot at the BP station on Lee Road. That's all we know right now about both of those incidents. Meanwhile, Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb and other city leaders held their first public safety summit today. This is part of the plan to address the rise in crime throughout the city. Today's summit focused on discussing police staffing issues, recruitment, and keeping officers on the force. Mayor Justin Bibb says recruiting more police officers has been one of the biggest struggles.
We are in a war for talent right now across the country when it comes to law enforcement. And I've given my word as mayor that I'm not going to spare any expense to invest in public safety. And we're looking forward to those continued conversations around additional investments related to wage increases and retention bonuses as part of our retention aspects of these ongoing conversations.
Now today, Mayor Bibb announced a new plan to increase wages from $16 to $24 an hour for police cadets, along with giving them a $5,000 retention bonus. Mayor Bibb says he hopes these investments in police officers will help keep the Cleveland Division of Police more fully staffed. Meanwhile, in Akron, authorities continue searching for the person who shot a 7-year-old and a 19-year-old after a youth football game on Sunday. Authorities now say the suspect could be as young as 11 years old. The city's Youth and Community Opportunity Director is working to combat youth violence by working with schools, nonprofits, and other organizations to create programming and initiatives to keep kids off the streets.
Young adults don't just wake up and become shooters and killers. So I think that as a community, it's really an opportunity for us to really start identifying what are we not doing to support these young adults.
Now, according to data from Summit County Public Health for 2020 to 2021, the second leading cause of death for 15 to 34-year-olds was assault. That's the third leading cause of death for 5 to 14-year-olds, following unintentional injury and cancer. Now in Shaker Heights, an attorney has been found guilty of voter fraud after voting twice in both the 2020 and 2022 general elections. 56-year-old James Saunders cast ballots in Ohio and Florida, where he has another home. The former IRS attorney argued it was all an accident, but prosecutors said he did the same thing in 2014 and 2016, but couldn't be charged because of the statute of limitations. 3 News Investigates found Saunders is a registered Republican in Florida, and now he faces up to 3 years in prison. He'll be sentenced on Monday. Now to an update in Massillon, where the school district says one student has been arrested after fake bomb threats were called into the high school. Police say 2 threats were called in yesterday, and students and staff were evacuated from the school just before noon. It took Massillon police, along with other agencies, about 2 hours to search the school before giving the all clear. Now to an update on a story that we brought you last week. Union workers at Cleveland Clinic Lutheran Hospital have officially handed in a strike notice. Our Bree Buckley has been following this story and has the latest for us.
The ball is in their court at this point. They've waged this war, and we are not backing down until we have equity and equality for all union caregivers.
A strike is looming amid contract negotiations between Cleveland Clinic Lutheran Union caregivers and the hospital. The union's bargaining team delivering the strike notice to the hospital president early Tuesday morning, saying nearly 200 of them are walking out September 4th at 8 a.m. if something doesn't give.
I mean, we've met 19 times now, and they've been ineffective and unproductive, and we need the hospital to come to the table and bargain in good faith.
Union Director Vanessa D'Alessandro says the hospital won't budge at the bargaining table. The union pushing for a number of issues, including the same health care benefits they claim other non-union caregivers have and better wages.
They had wages on the table and 1.5%, which is nothing in comparison to just the day-to-day necessities, so there's just nothing that they have put on the table that definitely makes, would make caregivers feel appreciated and valued.
Now, the union says it won't strike if the hospital reaches back out to continue negotiations. Right now, the next meeting is scheduled for September 5th, which is the day after they plan to strike. We'll bring you any new developments as we continue to follow this story. Now today, the woman police arrested for breaching security at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport earlier this month was in court. And now we're learning more about what she did while inside the airport. According to a police report, 52-year-old April Ford was found sleeping in a break room by a Hopkins employee and was seen on surveillance video eating 2.5 gallons of stolen ice cream. The security breach shut down airport operations for about 2 hours. Ford is charged with breaking and entering, theft, and trespassing. And we are just days away from the 11th annual Cleveland Big Wheel Relay. This is the big event that raises money for the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center. It's happening this Saturday at Lincoln Park, and members of our Go Morning team will be participating. Our very own Dave Chudowski will be hosting the event, and Maureen, Holly, Carmen, and Lindsay will be racing. So if you'd like to help WKYC reach its team goal, you can donate by going to wkyc.com/3cares. That's the number 3. We appreciate your support for what is definitely a great cause. And before we go, tonight you can watch the Guardians take on the Los Angeles Dodgers on TV right here on WKYC. The team will be hosting its 5th annual Give-a-thon as well, which you can donate to during the broadcast of the game. Since 2019, this event has raised almost $1 million for the Cleveland Guardians charities. Coverage starts at 7 with the first pitch set for 7:10. Hopefully they pull out a win tonight too, and it will be a big win if we can get lots of money raised for those Cleveland Guardians charities. All right, today I will be live on 3 News at 4 and 3 News at 5 from the Beachland Ballroom for the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland's Jam for Justice. This is their annual fundraiser concert to support their mission of closing the justice gap here in Northeast Ohio. So if you can make it out there, they've got a couple tickets available at the door. We'd love to see you there. All right, thanks for watching today's episode of 3 News Daily. We'll be back tomorrow with more of what matters most to you here in Northeast Ohio. Have a great day, everybody.